Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to another Real Madrid preview. This is the preview to Atalanta against Real Madrid. Back in the Champions League, we are. Two losses in the last two Champions League games. It hasn't been easy. And currently, Real Madrid sit. We are basically out of the top 8, right? So, no automatic playoff. Because on paper, you're like, oh, we're only 4 points off the top 8. But there are God knows how many teams in that area that almost all of the teams ahead of us are going to win, and even teams behind us will catch up. That we can't slip up. If not, we will get kicked out of the top 24. Now we need to be between 9th and 24th to play the playoff round. The next round before the round of 16. So the top 8 guarantees you the round of 16. 9th to 24th does not. And we might get kicked out of this competition as a whole if we don't finish 9th to 24th. Currently, we are 24th. 24th. Behind Real Madrid, there's PSG, and then Shakhtar, Stuttgart, Sparta Praha, Sturm Graz, Girona, Zvani Zvezda, Salzburg, Bologna, Leipzig, Slovan Bratislava, and Young Boys. No disrespect, but we should not be in a zone mixed with those teams fighting for our lives to make it to the next round. And there's been a problem. Look who is ahead of us. Dinamo Zagreb, Club Brugge, Feyenoord, Celtic, Juventus are there, but PSV, Benfica, these teams have been playing way better than we have, and these teams could essentially kick us out if we don't win our remaining 3 games, which I believe is obviously Atalanta away, a really, really, really tough game. I think we have I want to say Salzburg at home. I could just check. We've got Salzburg at home, I know that. And then Brest away. So 2 of the next 3 must-win games are away from home. And they are both tough grounds to go to. And one of them is in Bergamo against a side that are top of the Serie A, that have been playing really, really well. And we are not playing very well, although we have just come off back of a win against Girona, but we have not shown consistency this season. So we can win a game and then the next game against a tough opposition completely crumble. And that is the worrying part. The positive side is basically everyone apart from the 2 ACL long-term ones, Carvajal and Militao, and Alaba are back. Everyone else is back, basically. Alaba will probably be back start of Jan, and obviously Militao, Carvajal won't be back until next season. So, Vini Jr. is back, Rodrigo is back, and Camavinga as well. We have to wait for Camavinga. Maybe a couple of games to go, I think. Yeah, a couple of games seems about right. So, looking at Atalanta, like I said, top of Serie A at the time of recording, because Napoli are a game behind and are 2 points off. So if Napoli beat Lazio, they go top. Nonetheless, it's been a great start to the season for Atalanta. 11 wins in 15 games in the Serie A. In the Champions League, they are doing pretty all right as well. They are fifth with 3 wins and 2 draws. They are unbeaten. Only Liverpool and Inter Milan are unbeaten in the Champions League this season. So they are one of the 3 teams unbeaten. Um, if we look at their last couple of home games, their last home game was against AC Milan, which they won. And we lost to Milan, by the way. Crazy. Before that, they didn't play at home all the way until November, which was against Udinese, which they won. They beat Monza. They smashed Verona. They drew Celtic. They beat Genoa. They lost to Como at home actually in the Serie A. They drew Arsenal at home. They beat Fiorentina. So that's about it. But in terms of other Champions League games, they beat Young Boys, Stuttgart, Shakhtar. So I'm looking at this game as a very, very tough game, because they aren't a side that lose at home that often. They only lost to Como at home somehow, from what I can tell. Draws do tend to happen, especially 0-0 draws, but I don't see that. I think that, with Real Madrid, you get goals, you will get goals. I think the flip side is we might ship some goals away too, we might concede. So it could be a 2-2 sort of thing. Not my prediction yet, but it could well be that. Obviously, we played them earlier this season in the Super Cup. We won. Mbappe scored, and Fede Valverde scored, if I'm not wrong. But times have changed. That was 4 months ago, and lots have happened since. For both teams, the trajectory, they have been going up, we have been going down. So who knows, but they've got some very good players. Ademola Lookman, certainly. I think Skamaka is injured, isn't he? But Reteki, I think that's how I say his name, has come in, done really well. They've Zaniolo, De Ketelaere, Ederson in the midfield, Samadjic. They've got Juan Cuadrado, is still playing football, by the way. Ben Godfrey, Cosunu, Zappacosta, Scalvini. I think he's back from his ACL. I saw something a couple of weeks ago that he has come back from his ACL like way earlier than expected. Mario Pasalic, Toloi, Djimsty, Belanova, Isaac Hien. A very, very good squad. Very, very good players in there. It's going to be a really, really tricky game. Away from home as well doesn't help. Look, we have to win this game, and we are playing against one of the best sides in Europe right now. They are top/second in their league. They are unbeaten in the Champions League. We're playing away in Bergamo, and we ourselves have not been playing particularly well consistently enough. You win against Osasuna, you win against Leganés, you lose to Liverpool. You win against Getafe, you lose to Athletic Club Bilbao. And you win against Girona, who knows what will happen against Atalanta. So it's really hard to call. But I will go through the starting 11 that I would say, again, it's kind of, a bit of what I would go with and what I think Carlo Ancelotti would do. The back five, I think that personally, I would go with Courtois in goal, I think is certain. Fran Garcia is certain. Mendy is injured. Rudiger is certain. And Lucas Vazquez is certain. I'm worried because I think Ademola Lookman will cook Vasquez, but who knows. But with Tchouaméni starting against Girona, it led me to sort of think, why did he start ahead of Asensio? Was that just to rest Asensio for this game, or was that testing the waters to see if Tchouaméni can play centre back? Now, if Tchouaméni starts at centre back, Camavinga is out. There is no one to play that role. Bellingham isn't gonna do it. Valverde isn't gonna do it, and you have no one else who can do it. Modric, no. Ceballos, no. You could play a midfield trio of Bellingham, Ceballos, Valverde, but in such a game, which is gonna be physical, I can't see it. So I will go Raul Asensio, and I think he will play centre back. Tchouaméni into the DM spot, and a front three. Obviously Bellingham, Valverde, no need to explain there. The front three, Vinny Jr. is back. He's looking good. Let him start, sure. Mbappe's got a good goal. Let's hope the sunlight, the sunshine, the light, the shine, whatever is there. And the other player, it could be Arda Güler. I've gone Brahim. Now you might be wondering, you have missed out Rodrigo. Please. Rodrigo, whenever he's injured, he comes back, he gets rushed, he gets another injury. I just think that there isn't going to be a point if you're going to bring him back into the starting 11 straight away and he's going to get injured. If you start Arda Güler, I'm totally cool, because I thought Arda Güler was incredible against Girona. But Rodrigo, let him be on the bench, let him slowly get into it, and maybe come on for 20-25 minutes, maybe. That will be pretty good. Personally, that will be the ideal situation. Of course, if you need Rodrigo to come on because you're losing, cool. But to start him would be a big risk. And I thought, look, one of Brahim and Arda Güler starting will be good for them and their confidence. It's not going to be Endrick, so it's one of the other two. So it could be either Brahim or Arda Güler. I'm fine with both. I just think a little bit more experience in such a game would be much needed. But hey, maybe Arda Güler can start finding some form as well. So that would be my starting 11. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. My score prediction, I said 2-2 just now, but it's not my score prediction. I think that the delusion side of me, the bias side of me, okay, I'll give you two predictions. If I'm being honest, I'm going to say 2-2. I do believe that it could well be that sort of game. But I'm going to be delusional. I'm going to be optimistic, very delusional. And I'm going to go Atalanta 2, Real Madrid 3. We can only hope. But the defense is still a bit, I don't know. It's still very suspect. So, yeah. Let me know what thoughts are down below. Hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Hit the button if you did. Subscribe to the channel if on already. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.